Welcome back, everyone. Today, we're going to explore some amazing United States coins you should never overlook. From the historic 1918 and 1926 Buffalo nickels to the classic 1941 and 1979 Jefferson nickels, each of these coins has its own story and potential hidden value. At first glance, they may seem like ordinary coins, but a small detail could make them worth much more than just 5 cents. If you're a coin collector or simply curious, this video might help you discover a valuable treasure. So stay with us till the end, because one of these coins could be worth more than you think. The 1926 United States 5-cent coin, commonly known as the Buffalo nickel, is one of the most iconic coins in American history. Officially titled United States of America, E pluribus unum, 5 cents, this coin carries a powerful representation of early American heritage, culture, and natural beauty. Designed by the renowned sculptor James Earl Fraser, the Buffalo nickel was minted from 1913 to 1938 and remains a favorite among collectors even today. The 1926 issue holds a special place due to its historical significance, distinctive design, and collectible value, especially in higher grades or rare mint varieties. On the obverse front of the 1926 nickel, we see a striking portrait of a Native American man. This design is not based on a single individual, but is believed to be a composite of several Native American chiefs, including Irontail, Two Moons, and Big Tree. The profile shows a strong, dignified figure facing right, with detailed features such as braided hair and traditional feathers. The word Liberty is inscribed to the right of the portrait, while the year 1926 appears below. This design was meant to honor Native American culture and reflect a deeper sense of identity in American coinage, moving away from classical European influences that dominated earlier designs. The reverse back of the coin features an American bison, often referred to as a buffalo, standing on a raised mound. This powerful image symbolizes the rugged spirit of the American frontier. The animal is believed to have been inspired by Black Diamond, a bison that lived in the Central Park Zoo in New York. Above the buffalo is the inscription United States of America, with the motto E pluribus unum placed just above it. Below the buffalo, the denomination 5 cents is clearly displayed. The detailed engraving of the buffalo, including its fur and stance, gives the coin a lifelike and artistic appearance that stands out even among modern coin designs. The 1926 Buffalo nickel was minted in 3 locations: Philadelphia Mint, no mint mark; Denver Mint, D mint mark; and San Francisco Mint, S mint mark. Among these, the 1926S San Francisco variety is particularly rare and valuable, especially in well-preserved condition. Due to weaker strikes and lower mintage, coins from San Francisco often show less detail, making high-grade examples extremely desirable. Collectors carefully examine mint marks located below the denomination on the reverse side to identify these variations. In terms of composition, the 1926 nickel is made of 75% copper and 25% nickel, a standard alloy for US 5-cent coins. It weighs approximately 5 grams and has a diameter of 21.2 millimeters. The coin's edge is plain, not reeded, which is typical for nickels. Despite its durability, many 1926 Buffalo nickels in circulation today show heavy wear, particularly on the high points such as the Native American's cheek and the buffalo's horn. This wear can significantly affect the coin's value, making well-preserved examples much more sought after. The value of a 1926 Buffalo nickel varies widely depending on its condition and mint mark. A heavily circulated coin may be worth only a few dollars, while a well-preserved specimen in mint state condition can fetch hundreds or even thousands of dollars. The rare 1926S nickel, especially in high grade, is considered one of the key dates in the Buffalo nickel series, and can command very high prices at auctions. Collectors also look for errors such as doubled dies or unusual strikes, which can further increase the coin's value. Historically, the Buffalo nickel series reflects a period in American history when there was a growing appreciation for the nation's indigenous culture and Western heritage. The design by James Earl Fraser was part of a broader movement to create uniquely American coin designs that celebrated national identity. The coin replaced the earlier Liberty Head nickel and was eventually replaced by the Jefferson nickel in 1938. Despite its relatively short production span, the Buffalo nickel left a lasting legacy and remains one of the most beloved coins among collectors. In conclusion, the 1926 United States 5-cent Buffalo nickel is much more than just a piece of currency. It is a symbol of American history, artistry, and cultural recognition. From its detailed portrayal of Native American heritage to the majestic image of the American bison, every aspect of the coin tells a story. Whether you are a seasoned collector or a beginner, owning a 1926 Buffalo nickel offers a tangible connection to the past and a glimpse into the artistry of early 20th century coinage.
The 1918 United States 5-cent coin, widely known as a Buffalo nickel, is one of the most historically rich and visually striking coins ever produced in American coinage. Bearing the inscriptions United States of America, E pluribus unum, and 5 cents, along with the word liberty on the obverse, this coin represents a turning point in U.S. coin design, moving away from European-inspired imagery towards something uniquely American. The Buffalo Nickel series, designed by the talented sculptor James Earl Fraser, was minted from 1913 to 1938, and the 1918 issue stands as a significant piece within this iconic series due to its wartime context, design details, and collectible variations. The obverse of the 1918 Buffalo Nickel features a bold and detailed profile of a Native American man facing right. This portrait is not of a single individual, but rather a composite representation created by James Earl Fraser, using features from several Native American chiefs. Among those believed to have inspired the design are Iron Tail, Two Moons, and Big Tree. The facial features are strong and dignified, symbolizing resilience and cultural pride. The word liberty is inscribed to the right of the portrait, while the year 1918 appears below the neck. The design captures intricate details such as braided hair and feathers, although these details often wear down quickly in circulated coins. On the reverse side, the coin showcases a powerful American bison, often referred to as a buffalo, standing on a mound. This image represents the spirit of the American frontier and the natural heritage of the United States. The bison design is believed to have been inspired by Black Diamond, a famous animal housed at the Central Park Zoo. Above the animal, the inscription United States of America arches along the top, with E pluribus unum placed just above it. Below the buffalo, the denomination 5 cent is clearly engraved. The rugged and lifelike appearance of the buffalo, including its thick fur and strong posture, gives the coin a unique artistic depth rarely seen in modern coinage. The 1918 Buffalo Nickel was minted at 3 major U.S. mint facilities: Philadelphia Mint, no mint mark; Denver Mint, marked with a D; and San Francisco Mint, marked with an S. Each mint produced coins with slightly different characteristics, and collectors pay close attention to these mint marks, which are located on the reverse side below the denomination. Among these, certain varieties like the 1918D and 1918S are particularly sought after in higher grades due to their relative scarcity and often weaker strikes. In terms of composition, the 1918 Buffalo Nickel is made from an alloy of 75% copper and 25% nickel. It weighs approximately 5 grams and measures 21.2 millimeters in diameter. The edge of the coin is plain, which distinguishes it from many other denominations that feature reeded edges. Despite its sturdy composition, the coin is prone to wear, especially on high relief areas such as a Native American's cheekbone and the buffalo's horn and shoulder. As a result, finding well-preserved examples with sharp details is quite challenging and adds to their desirability among collectors. The historical context of the 1918 Buffalo Nickel adds another layer of significance. This coin was minted during the final year of World War I, a time when the United States was deeply involved in global conflict. While the coin itself does not directly reference the war, its production during this period reflects the resilience and continuity of American society. Coin production continued despite the economic and industrial pressures of wartime, making the 1918 nickel a subtle symbol of national stability and endurance. From a collector's perspective, the value of a 1918 Buffalo Nickel varies widely depending on its condition, mint mark, and rarity. Circulated coins with heavy wear may only be worth a few dollars, while well-preserved examples in mint state condition can command significantly higher prices. Coins with full details, especially those showing a clear date and a strong buffalo horn, are particularly prized. Additionally, collectors often search for rare errors or varieties, such as double dyes or die cracks, which can greatly increase a coin's value. The Buffalo Nickel series, including the 1918 issue, is often regarded as one of the most beautiful and meaningful coin designs in U.S. history. The work of James Earl Fraser reflects a deep respect for Native American culture and the natural landscape of the United States. This design replaced the earlier Liberty Head nickel and was eventually succeeded by the Jefferson nickel in 1938. Despite its replacement, the Buffalo nickel continues to captivate collectors and historians alike. In conclusion, the 1918 United States Buffalo nickel is far more than a simple 5-cent coin. It is a piece of art, a historical artifact, and a symbol of American identity. From its powerful imagery of Native American heritage to the iconic buffalo on its reverse, every element of the coin tells a story of culture, resilience, and national pride. Whether discovered in circulation or preserved in a collection, the 1918 Buffalo nickel remains a timeless treasure that connects the present to a rich and meaningful past. The 1979 United States 5-cent coin, commonly known as the Jefferson nickel, is a fascinating piece of modern American coinage that reflects both historical continuity and everyday economic life in the United States. This coin carries the inscriptions United States of America, E Pluribus Unum, 5 cents, Liberty, and In God We Trust, all of which symbolize national identity, unity, and foundational values. The D Mint mark indicates that this coin was struck at the Denver Mint, one of the primary coin production facilities in the country. Although the 1979 D nickel is generally considered a common circulation coin, it holds importance to collectors due to its design, historical background, and potential for high-grade or error varieties. The obverse front of the 1979 D Jefferson nickel features a left-facing portrait of Thomas Jefferson, the third President of the United States and the principal author of the Declaration of Independence. This portrait was originally designed by Felix Schlag, whose work won a national design competition in 1938 when the Jefferson Nickels series was introduced. The inscription, In God We Trust, appears to the left of Jefferson's portrait, while the word Liberty, followed by the year 1979, is positioned to the right. The clean and dignified design reflects Jefferson's intellectual legacy and his role in shaping American democracy. On the reverse, back, side of the coin, the image of Monticello, Jefferson's historic Virginia home, is prominently displayed. This structure is represented in a detailed and symmetrical design, symbolizing both architectural beauty and historical significance. Above Monticello appears the inscription E Pluribus Unum, while below it is a denomination 5 cents. Encircling the upper portion of the reverse is United States of America. The building itself, Monticello, is one of the most iconic landmarks in American history and reflects Jefferson's interest in architecture, science, and classical ideals. The 1979 D Jefferson nickel is composed of 75% copper and 25% nickel, the standard composition used for U.S. nickels since 1866, except for wartime issues during the 1940s. It weighs 5 grams and has a diameter of 21.2 millimeters, with a plain edge. While millions of these coins were produced for circulation, making them very common, their value can increase significantly depending on condition. Coins that remain in uncirculated, mint state, condition with strong luster and minimal marks are more desirable among collectors. In particular, specimens graded at higher levels by organizations such as a professional coin grading service or the Numismatic Guarantee Company can command premium prices. One important feature that collectors often look for in Jefferson nickels, including the 1979 D issue, is the presence of full steps on the reverse. This refers to the clarity and completeness of the steps leading up to Monticello's entrance. Due to striking conditions, these steps are often weak or partially worn, so coins with fully visible steps are rarer and more valuable. A 1979 D nickel with full steps in mint state condition can be worth significantly more than a standard circulated example. Historically, the year 1979 falls within a period of economic challenges in the United States, including inflation and energy crises. Despite these issues, coins like the Jefferson nickel continue to circulate widely, serving as an essential part of daily transactions. Unlike earlier coins made of precious metals, the nickel's base metal composition reflects a shift toward practicality and cost efficiency in coin production. Nevertheless, the artistic and symbolic elements of the design ensure that even these everyday coins carry historical and cultural meaning. The Jefferson Nickels series itself has undergone several design modifications over the decades, but the basic theme introduced in 1938 has remained consistent, honoring Thomas Jefferson and his home, Monticello. This continuity makes the series appealing to collectors, as it offers both stability and variety through different dates, mint marks, and design changes. The 1979 D issue represents a mid to late 20th century example of this enduring series, bridging the gap between earlier classic coins and modern minting practices. In terms of value, most 1979 D Jefferson Nickels found in circulation are worth only their face value of 5 cents. However, uncirculated coins in high grades, especially those with full steps or unique minting errors, can be worth several dollars or more. Error coins, such as those with off-center strikes, double dies, or other anomalies, are particularly sought after by collectors and can fetch higher prices depending on their rarity and visual appeal. In conclusion, the 1979 D Jefferson Nickel is a coin that combines everyday functionality with historical significance and collectible potential. While it may not be rare in the traditional sense, its connection to Thomas Jefferson, its depiction of Monticello, and its role in American commerce make it an important part of U.S. coinage. For collectors, it offers opportunities to high-grade specimens, study minting variations, and appreciate the enduring legacy of one of America's most influential figures. Whether viewed as a simple 5-cent piece or as a collectible item, the 1979 D Jefferson Nickel remains a meaningful and enduring symbol of American history and culture. The 1941 United States 5-cent coin, widely known as the Jefferson nickel, is a historically significant and highly collectible piece of American coinage that reflects both the artistic vision of its designer and the broader cultural and economic context of the early 20th century. Bearing the inscriptions United States of America, E Pluribus Unum, 5 cents, Liberty, and In God We Trust, this coin represents the enduring values and identity of the United States. Issued just before America's direct involvement in World War II, the 1941 Jefferson nickel holds a special place in numismatic history as part of the final group of pre-war nickels before the composition of the coin changed in 1942 for wartime needs. The obverse front of the 1941 Jefferson nickel features a left-facing portrait of Thomas Jefferson, one of the most influential founding fathers and the principal author of the Declaration of Independence. This portrait was created by Felix Schlag, whose design won a national competition in 1938 and has remained the foundation of the Jefferson Nickels series ever since. The inscription, In God We Trust, is placed to the left of Jefferson's profile, while the word Liberty followed by the year 1941 appears on the right. The design is clean, balanced, and dignified, reflecting Jefferson's intellectual legacy and his contributions to American democracy. On the reverse back of the coin, the iconic image of Monticello, Jefferson's historic Virginia home, is prominently displayed. This detailed architectural representation symbolizes Jefferson's passion for design, innovation, and classical ideals. Above Monticello is the inscription E Pluribus Unum, meaning out of many, one, a phrase that emphasizes the unity of the states. Below the building is a denomination 5 cents, and surrounding the design is United States of America. The building itself, Monticello, is one of the most recognized landmarks in the United States and a UNESCO World Heritage Site, adding further cultural significance to the coin. The 1941 Jefferson nickel was minted at 3 major facilities: the Philadelphia Mint, no mint mark, the Denver Mint, marked with a D, and the San Francisco Mint, marked with an S. Each mint produced large quantities of nickels to meet the demands of a growing economy. The Philadelphia issue typically has no mint mark, while the Denver and San Francisco coins can be identified by their respective letters on the reverse. Although all 3 varieties are relatively common, collectors often seek high-grade examples from each mint to complete their sets. In terms of composition, the 1941 Jefferson nickel is made of 75% copper and 25% nickel, weighing 5 grams and measuring 21.2 millimeters in diameter. It features a plain edge and a durable alloy that was well suited for everyday circulation. However, this composition would soon change due to wartime demands. Beginning in mid-1942, nickel was needed for military production, leading to the creation of war nickels made from a combination of silver, copper, and manganese. As a result, the 1941 issue represents one of the last full years of traditional nickel composition before this historic transition. From a collector's perspective, the value of a 1941 Jefferson nickel varies depending on its condition, mint mark, and specific features. Circulated examples are generally common and may be worth only a small premium over face value. However, uncirculated coins with strong luster and minimal contact marks can be worth significantly more. One of the most important factors affecting value is the presence of full steps on the reverse. This refers to the clarity and completeness of the steps leading up to Monticello's entrance. Coins with fully visible steps are relatively rare and highly prized among collectors, often commanding higher prices in the market. Coins that have been professionally graded by organizations such as a professional coin grading service or the Numismatic Guarantee Company are especially desirable, as their condition and authenticity have been verified. High-grade examples, particularly those with full steps, can be valuable additions to any collection. Additionally, collectors may look for minor minting errors or variations, which can add further interest and value to the coin. The historical context of the 1941 Jefferson nickel adds depth to its significance. As the world was on the brink of major due to World War II, the United States was preparing for potential involvement. Coins like the Jefferson nickel were an essential part of everyday commerce, used by millions of Americans in daily transactions. Despite their common use, these coins carried symbolic meaning, representing the nation's ideals and heritage during a time of uncertainty and change. The Jefferson Nickel series, introduced in 1938, replaced the earlier Buffalo nickel and marked a shift toward honoring important American historical figures. By featuring Thomas Jefferson and his home, Monticello, the series celebrates the intellectual and cultural foundations of the United States. Over the decades, the design has undergone minor modifications, but its core elements have remained consistent, making it one of the longest-running coin series in American history. In conclusion, the 1941 Jefferson nickel is more than just a 5-cent coin. It is a piece of American history that reflects the nation's values, artistic achievements, and economic realities during a pivotal era. From its elegant portrait of Thomas Jefferson to its detailed depiction of Monticello, the coin embodies a blend of beauty and significance. Whether you are a seasoned collector or beginner, the 1941 Jefferson nickel offers a meaningful connection to the past and a valuable addition to any collection.